Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Merry Christmas in July. Absolutely. Merry Christmas. So today is Wednesday. It is our box day, but it is also a very special day because I'm part of this amazing YouTube hop, and I hope you've been following this YouTube hop. It started on the 21st. And so it is 2 videos a day from 2 different crafters from the July 21st through the 31st of 2024. I'm so happy that I got picked to go on Wednesday so I can do a box video, and my project is going to be all about boxes. But we'll get to the project in a minute. I just wanted you to have something gorgeous to look at while you're listening. So basically, this Christmas in July YouTube hop will feature 20 YouTube channels. We'll have 3D craft items, card making, DIYs. I don't know what else people are going to do, but they're going to do some great stuff. There is a huge prize for this, okay? So to enter the prize challenge, you need to watch all of the videos and collect the numbers that we'll be giving out somewhere in the video, okay? So you have to watch a video. I don't know if people are going to put it in their tutorial. They're going to put it in the beginning. They're going to put it at the end. You have to watch the whole thing and listen for their number. Once you have all of the numbers, what you need to do is email a very specific email, which is called christmasandjulyhop@gmail.com. Yes, this is exactly everything in the description box, so you don't have to write this down. It's already typed out for you. And then you'll be entered to win the grand prize, which is $50, guys. Cash money. 50 American dollars. Second prize will be a $25 gift card, and third prize will be $25. Each channel, I want to say, is giving away prizes. My channel, I will be giving away both of these that we make, and it'll always be stuff with some goodies and whatnot. So each channel will have a different prize. They may not tell you what the prize is, but you will have that. So basically all you need to do is listen for the, well then, ghost in my room. You need to listen for our numbers. But anyway, let's get boxing because it's Wednesday. So my project, ta-da! It's an advent calendar book box. I love making these. I want to say I was the first one to make them years ago. They weren't out on YouTube or anything when I made the first one. And I've made several different sizes, different boxes, different everything throughout the years. And so this one, I have 4 2x4 boxes, and then you get 8 2x2s, 2x2x1. How gorgeous is this? It stands up beautiful for your decor. You can decorate the back more if you want to. You can put names or whatever you want down the spine. You can add so many trinkets in these boxes. They lift up and they lift this way and they lift this way. Okay, so you can have so much fun with these boxes. I'm going to show you how to do everything with the pizza style box today, but you can mix it up, make it like a kind of a scavenger hunt, if you will. You can use the fold flat boxes. Let me see what I have. I dropped them all. This is part of what just fell. All right. So you can switch it up. You can do all pizza box styles. You can do the pulled boxes. So like throw one of those in there. You can do a fold flat box. So they kind of, this is a fold flat box. So they kind of have to find the way how their box opens. How fun would that be for like a teenager? So you have like this one here, this one here, this one here. So like this opens like this. This one opens like that, and then this one you have to pull open. How super fun would that be to have all these random boxes for them to hunt for their goodies, right? But today we're just going to do the pizza style box. So the tutorial is going to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Oh my gosh, I just love this. Paper collection I'm using is Christmas Time Echo Park. It is all over the place over here on my sideboard. Here's some more of the little, here it is. Here we go. Here we go. Christmas time. Right. So what you're going to need, again, it's in the description box. Chipboard, 2 pieces, 4 1/4 by 10. 1 piece. So my spine is 2.5 because that's what you get from a 12 by 12. This one is a 3-inch spine. So you can choose if you want the 2.5 or 3-inch spine. I think it's going to look great either way, but we're going to see how that looks. Of course, I didn't try it before the video. Of course not. You're going to need a piece of tie back. I just bought tie back envelopes from Amazon. This one's measures 5 by 10. You're going to need some type of masking tape or Kathy orders P3 tape. That's what I'm using, or you can use your cardstock to wrap it. I love using the tape. Now you guys see me use the tape a lot. This is the tape that I bought in Bahrain. It's more like duct tape as opposed to the cloth tape that Kathy has. Okay, you can use either one. I just wanted the shiny. Cardstock. I put the measurements for the boxes in the description box, but I will go over those in a second and show you how to use my book to find your measurements. But first, let's go ahead and do our chipboard pieces. I'm taking 1-inch tape and covering my spine piece. This is the 2.5 by 10 piece of chipboard. This is my Basic Products tape. I used to buy this from Tall Mouse at the expo, but they stopped selling it. But this company has their own website, so basicproducts.com. It's more like a school supplies type shop. I didn't know that, but I went on there and bought a bunch of random stuff that I probably didn't need. But they also have tape runners, rulers. They have everything. Here's one of their tape runners. All right. So I love that website. The foam tape is really nice too. But I wish they had the tape in more than one size because I feel like it's more sturdy. It's like stickier than score tape. So, and it's super cheap. So, but it only comes in 1 inch. All right, so I'm taking my piece of tie back. I'm just gonna put this in the middle as best as I can. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna take my 1/4 inch score tape and I'm gonna put it right up against that chipboard. That's just for spacing. You can use a pencil, and a ruler if you just want to make the 1/4 inch, but I like using score tape. My score tape ran out. Of course it did. Gosh darn. Oh wait, here's another. Here we go. Okay. There we go. All right, and now I'm just going to take my 3/8 of an inch tape and I'm just going to come down here. On both sides. Okay. Like so. And then I'm going to take a piece of chipboard and just on one side, I'm going to put my 1-inch tape. That's just so I have full coverage on my book. This is probably way more tape than what you need, but I feel like when it comes to adhesive, more is better. I don't know. Probably wrong, but this is what I do. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel that off. Make sure there's no overhang. I'm gonna take just my tape that's on the edge here. I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to keep my spacer tape on there. And I did not do a very good job putting my spacing tape on straight, and so I just got to kind of hope for the best. Make sure that it's completely lined up. All right. It's going to be a little bit sticky left over here, but that's fine. We're going to do the exact same to the other piece. Peel your backing, make sure there's no overhanging glue, and line it up with your spacer tape. Make sure your chipboard's lined up, and there you go. Okay. In theory, there will not be any sticky because you lined it up exactly in the middle, but I didn't, so there's sticky here. And how you can just fix that is just take the backing off any of those. Just stick that there so it doesn't stick to your your mat. All right, now we're going to take our tape and we're just going to measure a piece that's longer than your board. Now, P3 tape is a Kathy King thing, paper phenomenon, okay? This is not my idea at all. This is her idea. But how I do my tape is different than how she does her tape. So I am absolutely giving her credit where credit is due. This was her thing. I didn't see anybody else doing it, but I put mine on differently. And last time I did it, some people were not very nice in the comments, even though I said I do mine differently. So Kathy does hers a specific professional way. I do mine an amateur way, okay? So this is what I do. Find a piece bigger than my chipboard. Place it down. Flip it over. And pull the middle tight. Just make sure there's no bubbles. So I like to work upside down. No bubbles, and smush it down. Okay. Where's my little thingamabob? Okay, no bubbles. No whammies, no whammies, no bubbles. Okay, and then I like to cut off the excess. Okay, again, this is just the way that I personally do it. This is the way I am comfortable with. This is the way that works for me. Personally, me. Okay? There we go. And I don't care that it's not straight because you're going to cover it up. You just want the edges to be matching on there. That's all. Okay. Do the same thing. Oops. Make it bigger. Just kind of go on there. Flip it over. Pull it tight towards these your gaps. Make sure there's no bubbles. You can use duct tape, masking tape, P3 tape, whatever you want. Or you can do the old school wrap with cardstock. So that is up to you. Tape does take a little practice. You guys have seen me do tape many times. If not, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Just definitely go back and look the tape usage up. Okay, same thing. And flip it over. So this is just kind of what I like to do. I'm just going to make a faux miter, if you will. Again, this is my method, my cheater method, my lazy crafter method. Kathy is not a lazy crafter, so she will not be taking these shortcuts. Okay? But your girl here is a lazy crafter. So I just miter and cut the rest off. There you go. Okay. You get the same result. All right. This one I didn't cut very well. Okay. There we go. And our last side. Pull your tape. These are Teflon scissors, so the sticky doesn't stay stuck to my scissors. Take that down, flip it over. Fake miter. Wait, which way does this one need to go? Okay, and then this one needs to go this way with my fake miter. Okay, pull it down. Again, lazy crafting. It still looks beautiful, but I don't have to worry about matching the corner and all that business. Okay. Here we go. And put this other piece off here. And we're good to go. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you can, on your other side, peel this up and do your fake miter as well. Okay. It's not a big deal. You won't be able to see it. It's just I know that the other side is mitered, and so I'm going to miter this side too. Super unnecessary step. But sometimes the unnecessary steps help with your OCD. Just come in and chop that corner angle. I know some of you are like, this girl, I can't even. Well, this is how it is for me, okay? Especially right now, it's late at night. All right, there we go. Perfect corners. Lazy crafter. All right, so this is my inside. Now, you need to pick what's going to be on your spine piece. What I forgot when I did this one is that the boxes are going to cover your background paper. So I shouldn't have used like a really nice one for the background because you can't see it at all. So I would suggest using a solid color, or maybe one of the pages that you don't necessarily care for. That should be your left and right pages. So for mine, I'm going to pick, let's see. For my left and right, I think I'm going to pick these stripes. Even though that is the cut-aparts, I'm not going to be using those cut-aparts. I have 2 or 3 sheets of them. Actually, you know what? I think I have the solids for this pack. I'll use the solids. Okay, so for my my spine piece, the piece that you're going to see here, I picked these snowflakes, and I'm going to cut that down to... let's just do it 5 by 10. Actually, we could do it 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. We could do it 4.5 by 9 7/8 because I like to have a border. So I need mine to go like this, which I think is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I like to put my spine piece down first and then cover the other pieces with the other paper, but you can, you know, build your book how you want. All right, I'm going to use score tape. just because I'm using like the duct tape-esque tape. And I honestly, I don't know if glue will stay stuck to it. If you are using Kathy's P3 tape, it will stay stuck. Or it will, you can use wet glue and it will stick to it, is what I was trying to say. Okay. And I am going to go ahead and just tape out this whole thing. So I go back and forth with how I cover my spines. Sometimes I use tape, sometimes I use glue. But glue, you have to let it dry. And I just don't have the patience for that. This Basics tape is super cheap, so I'm going to just use tape. If you're making a bunch of these for craft fairs, you may want to consider glue and have the patience for it to dry, but I don't. Alright, so I'm going to take off quite a bit of the backings, but not all of the backings. And I probably should have left some backing down here. Just because I only want to work with half at a time. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I forgot to take the, this backing off. Where's my little pokey tool thing? There it is. All right, take your spacing tape off. I probably should have took it off before I put the other tape on, but that's okay. Just pull it out. Okay. It should just come right up. That was that extra piece I had to do because mine ran out. Okay. And at this point, it doesn't matter what the inside outside is. I prefer to have my Tyvek as the outside because, oh no. Okay, that's the bad thing about taking off your tape. Because you're going to open and close, and so I want that Tyvek to be super, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I want that Tyvek to be on the open and closing part, okay? Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. All right, so just kind of line it up in the center and make sure that you have enough of your paper to cover your gusset. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this bunched down, and now I'm gonna open my book and using that bone folder, making sure that that opens without having a bubble. Okay, my book worked. I can completely close it. I can completely open it. It is in there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and work with the rest of it and kind of do kind of the same thing, but not all the way over to the edge. I'm coming in here. Again, this is not taped down all the way on the side, so that way I can put this crease in here and get this paper ready to go into that gusset. Now I'm going to take the tape off, and there you go. Now it should ease on in there with no bubbles. In which it did. Perfect. All right, so that is that. Now you're just going to cut your paper accordingly and decorate the inside of that. We'll come back to that later. Let's go ahead and do our boxes. Now, this does not take this long. I'm just making sure the tutorial is good for everyone's crafty level. That's why the tutorial is super slow. The other one I made in start to finish less than maybe 35-40 minutes. So anyway, all right, let's do our boxes. And so you're going to need a total of 8 boxes that are the 2 by 2 by 2. We're going to use my book, the pizza style box, to figure those measurements out, which I already have, but we're going to do it for everyone. All right, so we know our box size is going to be 2 by 2 by 1, okay? How you use my book, whatever your depth is, that's what's going to be your numbers here. My left to right is 2. My up and down is 2. Okay. Now let's take out our pen colors. Where's my pink pen? Here it is. And my left to right is going to be 1, 2, 3 measurements. So 2, 3, 4. My up and down is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 measurements. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you need 4 by 7. Okay. On the long side, we are going to score it at 1 inch, 3 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches. On the short side, 1 and 3. Okay. These are easy math numbers. So you're going to need 8 of those. Okay. Now, if you take your 12 by 12 paper and you cut it like so, this is a 12 by paper. If you cut it at 7, save this piece. Rotate it to the long side. So this is now 12 by 7. You're going to cut it down to 4 by 7. So 1, that's 4, 4, and always double check that your last one is exactly 4. Sometimes the paper is a little bit bigger, so there's 3. Now this last piece that you cut off first, same thing, just cut it to 4 by 7. So you can get 4 of your boxes out of one sheet of 12 by 12. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and score these. You can follow the measurements that we just did, the measurements that are in your description box, or you can do it the shortcut way, which is score all 4 sides at 1 inch. And then on the long side, score it at 3 and 4. Okay. Cheater way. The actual correct way, score it on the short side at 1 and 3. Score it on the long side at 1, 3, 4, and 6. The reason, well, not the reason, the quote-unquote long way, the second way I showed you, that's great for our scoreboard users because then they don't have to rotate the paper. But for paper trimmers, the shortcut way is the easiest, I think. So it's super fast. You just have to, you know, remember what you're doing here. But if you're on a scoreboard, you just mark those scoreboards, you know, and keep it moving super fast. This way you have to rotate, rotate, rotate. Okay. Yes, I'm going to cut off all those raggedy bits. You see, I accidentally used my good blade for my chipboard, so I think I broke my blade, to be honest. Okay, so here we go. All right, so you're going to do all 8 like that, okay? You're going to cut and score, cut and score all 8. So go ahead and pause your video and cut and score all 8. Okay. And now that you're back, I'm going to go ahead and burnish these just so you can see. So if I was assembly lining these, I would cut all the pieces of paper first to the 4 by 7, and then I would do all the score lines for all 8 boxes, and then I'm going to burnish all of them would be another step. And then now we would do this part. So you're going to cut up on the long side, cut up that vertical score line, miter, miter, cut off the bulk. Score line, miter, miter, bulk. Okay. Score line, miter, miter, bulk. And you're going to do the same to the opposite side, right? Now, some people like to go ahead and do it this way, where they just cut all of their score lines first. And then they miter, miter, bulk. Miter, miter, bulk. So it doesn't matter, you know, which step you do first, just as long as you get to the end, right? So you don't need any of these pieces, put them in the trash. And then we got to kind of revarnish a little bit, okay? If you are using directional paper, you need to pay attention to what is the lid of your box and what is the bottom of your box. The bottom of your box is going to get 4 tabs. Your lid is going to get 2 tabs, okay? And I'm going to make this the bottom because it's raggedy down there and no one's going to see it. All right, so glue your tabs. You can do 1 at a time, 2 at a time, however you want to do it. I typically glue 4 at a time. And then just build your box, making sure those edges match completely. This is the bottom, so it's going to get 4 tabs. Okay. There we go. And then your top 2. Oops. Okay, so glue those in. Okay, let that dry. Okay. So what I like to do is pull the box all the way open, like push it back so that way you know that it's going to open and close. And then I take my circle punch and put the little finger pull. You can do the finger pull before you do all your gluing, but that makes it so it's specifically a top, and sometimes I forget what I'm doing, and you may glue it wrong. So I wait to the end. You can do it at any step. All right, so go ahead and pause your video and do all 8 of your boxes. I'm going to do one more. Feel free to fast forward through this if you know what you're doing here, but somebody may need to watch one more time. All right, and here we go. Miter, cut, and score line, miter, miter, and cut. So this is kind of a box, kind of in real time how I do it, just to kind of show you that it is a quick and easy process. It's just when you slow it down, it takes a little time. Okay, miter, miter. If you forget to cut off the bulk, it does not matter. I just like to cut the bulk. Like if you just leave it like this and not cut it, it's not going to alter anything. Okay. All right. So we have that. And glue in. Glue in. I'm running out of glue. All right. Here we go. We're almost done here, folks. So pull these up, match the edges. pull that edge, pull that, make sure all of those match together. There's not really a great way I can show you that on the video. You're just sticking the tabs and you're sticking the what used to be squares onto the rectangles. Okay. And we're going here and here. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so I think now would be a really good time to tell you my number. My number is number 1. So I am a number 1. Number 1. I will probably, I don't know. I was going to say I might put it in the description box, but I don't know. All right, so go ahead and make all your boxes. Okay, now that you have all 8 of those boxes done, we need to go ahead and do our 4 2x4x1 boxes. And so you're going to need 4 pieces of paper that measure 7x6. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut my paper at 7 and then turn it and cut it at 6. And again, making sure my paper is at 6 again. Okay. Yes, I went ahead and did 2 sheets of paper at the same time, so I have all 4 boxes. Okay. Measurements are in the description box. It's on the long side is actually going to be the same as what we had on the short side, which is going to be 1, 3, 4, 6. But again, I'm going to use the cheater method and just go ahead and go around. Score at 1 inch on all 4 sides, turn it to the long side, score it at 3 and 4. Okay, so you do that for all of them. You're going to put this box together exactly how you did the other one. You're going to cut up the vertical score lines, miter on the squares. Don't touch your rectangles. I just almost cut my thumb off. Okay. Just going to go ahead and cut all of those. Miter. Okay, you guys kind of get the gist. You can always rewind the other one and do the exact same to the top. Okay, do that to all 4 boxes. Okay, and so I was doing the boxes off camera just because, you know, just save on some time in this tutorial. But I want to show you something that I wasn't paying attention, and I cut my tab. Hold on, I'll show you. Look at how tiny I cut this little tiny piece. It is super tiny, but guess what? I'm not going to redo that whole box because you just need a tiny little bit of a tab to hold that box closed. So see there? That tiny little tab worked out just fine. So if you cut too much off, you know, don't worry about it. You really just need like 1/8 of an inch. So don't stress over the boxes, okay? Cutting off these tabs, or if you don't want to cut the bulk on the tab and you just want long tabs, have a long tab. It's not that big of a deal. But you're putting the box together exactly how you did the other boxes. And if you follow me on Wednesdays on box day, then you already know how to put these boxes together. All right, so all the boxes are put together. So now what we will do is pull out our cover again, and we're going to just go ahead and cover our insides. Now I am going to put some of this paper down. Whichever one matches the best, which I think is going to be this color. And I'm going to measure in this crazy chaotic mess this piece, which is going to be, it should be 4 3/4. It may be a little bit bigger because of the way you do your chipboard, but I'm going to cut this down 9 7/8. by 4. Oh my gosh. 4 3/4. And I'm going to do 2 of those. Because I know that's going to cover this and it's still going to give me a little bit of a border. So you're just going to go ahead and glue your pages in, like so. You're going to glue all that down. Okay, so we got it all glued on. And now you're going to take your boxes. You're going to take your 2x4s first. Okay. And how I put mine, I put the opening for the 2x4s, one facing the bottom and one facing the top. You can have it open whatever way you want. We're just going to go ahead and use wet glue because that gives you a little bit of wiggle room of your placement. You can go through and draw lines and, you know, make it exact, but I'm just going to eyeball it here. Just kind of look where my paper binds and put it in the center there. I'm going to take the next 2x4. I forgot to put a finger pull on that. Like I said, and I'm going to make that opening face the top. So they're facing opposite ways. That's just how I liked it. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. I like to work upside down. So again, it's about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, and it's roughly centered. Okay. Oh, I eyeballed that perfectly. Okay. So, oh no, took it off too soon. So basically one is going to open this way and one is going to open that way. Okay. Did I get that glue? Okay, that's fine. All right, then you're going to take your other boxes. Now for me, I did the ones on the left. The finger pull is facing the left. And then the ones on the right, the opening is facing the right. Okay, so it will open up like this, and then these ones are going to open up this way, and this one is going to open up that way. Again, you can have them all open the same way. You can have them all open towards the top, you know, just all open up, or however you want. I just thought this was fun and whimsical and just kind of a different way to open them. But do what you want. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of line this up where I think it looks good. This is why we use the wet glue as opposed to tape. You can absolutely use tape, but you only get like one shot. Okay. Okay, perfect. Off camera, all I'm doing is putting glue on the bottom of the box. I think you guys got that. I'm going to put that kind of right there. Yeah, I don't know how my 2x2 boxes are shorter than the 2x4. I don't know. But it works out. Okay. All right, so you are going to do the other side the exact same way. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we got all of our insides glued down. They're as best as I can make them. They're going to look different because it depends on how well you varnish your box. Some of them are going to have, you know, wings that pop out. Like you see that one, the wing is popping out right there. I mean, it is what it is. Once you put the paper on, it will look gorgeous. Your eyes will not be drawn to popped out wings. It'll be drawn to the paper. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and decorate our spine. What I picked were two different papers, and I chose to put a sparkly bit right here. I'll show you how I did mine. You can choose to do yours obviously how you want. It's probably easier for you to decorate it before you put your boxes, but as you can see, it's not gonna matter. All right, so same thing. I'm gonna pick a piece of paper here, and then I'm gonna do two panels. I'm going to pick, I don't know, I'll probably just do the same as I did inside. For my spine, I'm picking 4.5 by 9 7/8. Let me just cut off 4.5 by 9 7/8. Okay, just gonna go ahead and that is going to be my spine because I want that tiny little meat together. Now this one, I made it absolutely bigger so I can have the two. I don't know if I want to have the two on this one, but if you want to have it look exactly like this, my spine piece was I think it was like 5.5 or 5.25 by 9 7/8. So it just depends on how big of the border you want and how you want to layer it. That's just all your decorative, how you want to do it. Okay, so this is just how I'm doing it here, and we're just going to do the same thing like we did on the inside. Work with half and make sure we get it in there nicely, so that way our book doesn't have any bubbles. Okay, so I changed my mind. This is why I don't show the matting on camera, because usually I change my mind. For this cover, I actually covered most of the spine paper with my cover paper, and I added some sparkly red. Here's the spine and here's the back. I have not done the inside, but I'm just going to use the same paper between the snowflakes and the reindeer and kind of do the same as what I did here. You know, just kind of add it, make it look super cute. So if you need my number again, my number is number 1. In case for those of you who were box experts and fast forward through the box portion, my number is 1. So I hope you guys make this tutorial, tag me in it. It really doesn't take that much time if you do it in stages. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy Wednesday Box Day. And definitely hop over to the next person in the description box. Thanks for watching. Bye.